Hello and welcome. This is Melskinner, and we're back with some more Motorsport Manager, returning to the Predator Racing Group and the Worst Best Challenge. So we just finished the, fourth race at this point. So we're going to be on to the fifth race in 24 days. And if we take a look at the inbox, most of these things are going to be related to the race we just had. So we're just going to finish those on up. And let's go ahead and get the car repaired here and see what we need to do as far as improving the car. So we're going to have a new engine coming out in 4 days. And as far as the parts that we're improving, so improving the brakes. And the upcoming race that we have, top speed is crucial. And then we have low speed corners and acceleration being useful. Now, low speed corners and acceleration, those are spec parts, so we can't really improve that. But top speed, we can. And we are building that engine. And we're also improving the one engine we will be using. So that is good to see. Otherwise, we're just improving various parts. Reliability is still low enough that I'm kind of thinking we should probably go full on reliability. But what I might do is, let's take a look at where we are reliability wise. So for the most part, outside of these couple of newer parts, we're up to about 80% with a lot of our parts. So I think just for those 4 days, I'm going to go 10-10 because I would like to improve the performance of one of my engines. And after that engine comes out, we'll probably go full on reliability. But for the meantime, we're just going to do this. So let's go ahead and advance for those 4 days. Okay. Now the engine is finished, and that is more than likely going to be the last part we design. Because taking a look at things, I think we've taken everything else about as far as we can. So, all right, an event with another team there. Okay, so our engine is built. Let us now take a look at improving these parts. So, first things first, let's go ahead and cancel the improvement of that one pair of brakes. And we'll need to start working on this new engine. Now, the new engine has 20% reliability, so we're definitely going to need to go full-on reliability for this next 20 days. And I'm really hoping we get it up reliable enough to use. We have to keep in mind that Santana, the mechanic that she has that nurse ability, so we may be able to use it even if it's decently low. But for right now, we really want to be able to use that because of its better attributes compared to our previous engine. And to go along with that, I think I'm also going to cancel the improvement of one of our things. And honestly, I think I'm going to improve stop improving. Well, after this race, though, we have Munich. So we're going to want to have medium speed corners upgraded. We're also going to want deceleration upgrades. So it's kind of tough to decide what do you want to stop improving when all of the things obviously are going to help us. I guess just to get it up to the same level as our other engine, though, I'm going to stop improving this engine and start improving the other one. All right, well, that's going to be what we do for now, full reliability. And I don't think there's really any change that we're going to make. I might take a look at it later just to make sure that this one engine isn't so reliable that, we don't need to be improving it anymore. So let's go ahead and continue. We're going to have a natural pause here. That's not enough time passing, though, to really worry about. Let's continue. All right, another racing series. Not really concerned with that. Let's go ahead and continue. And once we get to the pause for the Vancouver event, I will take a look at our cars. So we're at 73, so we're still going to want to improve that reliability, and we're up to 35%, and that was half the time elapsed. So we've got another 10 days. So if, in theory, the same improvement happens, then we'll be up to, 50% at that point, which is not bad, especially with the nurse ability. I think we'd be able to use an engine of that level of reliability. Okay, so let's do that and get this event to happen. And let's continue. All right, so we're going to have a politics vote, and I don't know if I remember what that vote is on. So we already did that. So this is medium length practice sessions. I'm probably going to vote for that because I like that idea. And okay, nothing really there telling us if that would help us or not. Take a look at improving our parts. So we're at 78%, so I think we're good to go. Let's just go straight on to the vote. All right. It says it will not benefit us. I don't know if I trust that, to be honest with you. I'm going to vote for it. I don't know if it's going to pass, though. I mean, I don't really understand why it wouldn't benefit us. It allows us to dial in our cars better, but I guess the reason why it's saying it's not going to benefit us is if the other teams have better cars, then they're going to be able to dial in their cars more than we will, and then the better ability of their cars is going to overrule things. So unfortunately, the vote went against. I kind of wanted that to pass, though, because I really like better, longer practice sessions. So I'm a little bit bummed out with that. But I'm going to assume it selected so many teams that it wasn't going to benefit, that's why that happened. This guy actually used some extra votes here, because there's only 4 of us that voted, but we had 5 votes. So it probably came down to the chairman, and the chairman screwed us over. All right, well, in any case, it was rejected, so that's unfortunate. Let's continue to the race day, and let's see, where are we on reliability at this point? So 55%, so much better than I thought. 81%, 79%, 71%, so that's all good. Let's go do fit and parts here, though. And let's start with brakes. So we have the best brakes we can have. Let's do the engine, which we're going to for sure be using this one with Santa Ana because of that, again, that nurse ability. Let's just flip this around. Well, actually, no, that makes more sense to have the more reliable part with Lottinen because of the nurse ability yet again. And this looks good too. So we have these cars aren't too far away from each other, and I'm actually curious. We're ranked 8th overall in engines, so we are improving here. We're still 10th overall, though. 9th in deceleration, 10th in handling. It looks like handling is our biggest problem right now. We're very far down comparatively to the other teams. I think if we start improving this, we might even start jumping up in the overall rankings as well. But I think we're just so far down in this regard. All right, well, in any case, let's go ahead and go on to the race here. So we did the fitting. I'm going to go ahead and do 14th or above just because I think that's the more realistic one for us to do. We already did the part fitting, so I'm just going to go right on to the race. So hopefully that new engine helps us a little bit. Now, granted, it's going to help Lottinen more than it's going to help Santa Ana because the 2 engines are really close in ability. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be taking the practice. I'm just going to simulate that. And I think it was projected to rain in the practice, and then it was cloudy weather for the race, so that means it could rain. All right, so as far as the setup goes, you need higher downforce according to this. I'm not going to go too crazy with it, though. Maybe something like that. We need a stiffer suspension, and we need to go more towards longer gear ratios. That's probably a decent setup to start off. Soft tires is fine with me. And then over here, same kind of thing. A little bit more downforce. Maybe back that off a little bit. There we go. A little bit stiffer suspension. And more towards longer gear ratios. That looks good to me. And super softs are fine. Hopefully we get a decent bonus from the AI. Sometimes you get one, sometimes you don't. Again, that was one thing that I really hope that they end up changing in the future because it's kind of disappointing when you have the AI do the practice for you, because oftentimes they don't dial in the cars right. But then on top of that, you don't get any bonuses, and that's like, why not? Did they go around the track or not? Like this, how did they not get the race trim? Just going around the track, you should get at least one level. So I have no levels of any bonus. That really is not great. So we're going to do both of these, because why not? And then over here, we have nothing to choose. So, you know, again, the AI doing things sometimes really screws you over, because I should have a minimum of a race trim bonus. And honestly, if I had taken that practice, I probably would have at least gotten a level worth of a tire bonus as well, so I would have had something to choose here. But it does look like they did a good job of dialing the car. I don't know how they did that and at the same time not get me any bonuses, but... Alright, so I don't know what kind of temperatures we are going to expect. One thing I would like to do with the car setup is change the tires around a little bit here. So Lottinen is going to be up front. I'm going to give her the soft tires. Fuel is fueled up. And then Santana, I guess I'll run the super softs. And she's fueled up. Okay. Looks like we're good to go. Let's go ahead and... I'll push a little bit here. But I don't know what to expect as far as temperatures and stuff. Let's go ahead and continue. All right, so we're going to be third with Lottinen and eighth with Santana. So let's switch over to Lottinen. Who gets off to a decent start. Up into second. And now into first. All right, I am keeping an eye on the temperatures here. Wow, Lottinen's way out ahead. And Santana's in eighth. Well, good job, Lottinen. Okay, temperatures are getting there. I'm just going to back off a little bit and see what happens as far as the tire temps. Still in first, but it looks like we're going to lose it here pretty soon. Santana is kind of starting to lose positions herself as well. Getting close to neutral point in temperatures here. Okay, so I'm going to back off with the push. And we're losing some more positions here. 15th and 4th, but Lottinen's doing quite well here. Much better than expected. But now she's starting to lose positions as the better cars are starting to come up front. Alright, and Santana looks like she's holding out 15th. Now, ordinarily, I'd tell Lottinen to let Santana through, but they're so far removed from each other at this point, I'm not going to do that. And it looks like tire temps are kind of holding, so that's good to see. It means I don't have to push if I don't want to. Maybe a very slight drop-off, but not much of anything. So our tires are going to last a lot longer than the rest of the pack in front of us. A lot of super softs out on the field. But even comparing our super softs to the softs behind us, we have much better tire life. Fortunately, Santana loses another place, so does Lottinen, and now another one. So we're in 10th, and it looks like the pack is starting to catch up. Uh-oh. Looks like we might have had some body contact. Yes, indeed. So we're going to have to pit here, and I guess we'll get some fresh tires for sure. Fuel up, as long as it doesn't cost us... Well, it shouldn't cost us time because of the park condition, which we accidentally went past, that we're going to have to do. That shouldn't cost us any extra time. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. But it was getting close to time that I would want to pit with these. I mean, not really. We're pitting a little bit earlier than I would have liked. It also sounds like it wasn't Santa Ana's fault. So she's unfortunately creeping along. And I guess I'll just go neutral with these tires. Well, that sucks. Santa Ana's going to be well in the back now. Now, Lauden's going to take advantage of some pitting going on. Now, she's going to have to pit in another lap or so anyway, so I think I'm going to start pushing with her tires. All right, so we're in 7th and 19th, and unfortunately 19th by a big margin. But we do manage to get out into 18th there. All right, so I'm going to stick around one more lap here. Because that will get us up into 2nd. And then we'll schedule a pit. And you can take super softs, I guess. And we're going to need some fuel. I don't want to waste too much time in the pit, though. I'm a little bit concerned that this is not enough fuel. I'm going to take the 6-second pit, but I think that is... I just don't like that it ramps up like that. Alright, we'll take an... I'm really torn on this because the fuel's so low. That's only 5 laps. I think the tires can last longer than that. So I'm going to take the 8-second pit, and we'll go with that. I mean, I could go with a fast pit and risk it. And I guess I'll go ahead and push here because these tires, they have some more to give. Alright, so we're up to 17th now. Things are going well. At least for Lottinen, that is. Alright, here we go into the pit. You can back off on this strategy. Fortunately, there was a mistake, so we're going to lose a lot of places here. And we're down into 15th. So if we would have been able to do a 6-second pit, we probably wouldn't have lost so many positions, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do about that. On the upside, she'll have faster tires than some of the guys in front of her. Unfortunately, the car directly behind her has the same speed of tires, maybe a little bit more worn down, but we are halfway through the race at this point. So we're more than likely going to be able to get away with just one more pit here. We are catching up with Lottinen. But Santa Ana's actually catching up as well. She's in 17th. She's a little bit of ways away, but not so far away that a pit couldn't do it. There we go. Nice attempt here for 14th. Manages to get up into, not for long though. But I think we have a chance of getting this guy because we got him earlier. Oh, this guy's in 20th, so that's why we didn't go up. And I was kind of wondering, why didn't we go up in a place when we passed him? Because we're lapping him, that's why. As a matter of fact, why is he fighting us so hard? I mean, I get it. He's trying to get past us, but he's just going to get past us and then get blue flagged. And then have to let us through. Like that. Alright, well, we're kind of stuck in 16th here. started getting dark there, and I started worrying that it was going to rain. Okay, Santa Ana's tires are starting to get worn down here. Yeah, okay, I guess we can pit with her. And at this point, we should be able to get across the line with whatever fuel we get in here. But let's make sure we can do that. All right, so clearly Santa Ana's pit crew is much more skilled than Lottinen's is, which I already knew that, to be honest with you. 6 seconds, we get fueled up, we get more than enough fuel to do what we need, and we get soft tires. They're not as fast, but they'll definitely last till the rest of the race, so we're not going to have to worry about that. And she's far enough out of contention. I think the conservative strategy is the right one to do. Alright, so here we come. She might drop places, though, if the cars behind her don't pit, which they more than likely won't. Oh, actually, she benefited a place there. You can go back to neutral, though. So the car in front of us is going to pit. We're in 15th. Okay, so Santa Ana has 16th pretty much tied up. She also has excess fuel, so once we get close to the end of the race, we can start burning some of that excess fuel. So we're up into 12th now with Lottinen, which does put us in our sponsorship range. Car in front of us is going to be pitting. We do not need to pit. So I am going to take advantage of that, but we're going to need to pit after this lap for sure. Okay. So we're in 9th now. Let's go ahead and cue the pit because we're going to need to. We have 5 laps to go. I think we could stay on super softs for that. And then we just need enough fuel. Okay, that will do it. And we didn't waste any time there, so that's good as well. So, okay. And park conditions are okay enough that we'll be able to make it. So, decent pit time there. So hopefully we don't lose too many places in the pits. I'm not sure, though, because the pack is not... We're not that far ahead. Alright, come on. Let's get in there, get a nice quick pit. Yeah, we're going to lose them all. Go, 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 go. Alright, so we're down to 4 laps. We have excess fuel, but I'm not going to use it just yet. We're going to have the freshest tires out here. I have a feeling the AI is not going to pit from this point on, because their tires can last that out. So we might have an advantage here just from that. I am going to push a little bit of temperature into these tires. Okay, so at this point, I think we go into high gear. Over here, I don't know. Might be a little too early, but you know what? Why not? We'll go high gear. So we are in 15th. We're only 1 place away from our sponsorship. And when we get to the last lap, if we still have a decent amount of fuel, I'll really flog the engine for Lottinen. Okay, the tire temps are looking okay at this point. We are catching the guy in 14th. We almost had him there. Almost had him again. There we go, flying past him. Okay, We're going to have to go around another time. So at this point, I think we back off the higher engine mode with Santa Ana, because I don't know if she'll make it around if we continue. And Lottinen will just keep on the throttle for now. We could have pushed our tires too if I wanted to. But we got the sponsorship. I think that's all that matters. We're not going to get any points here, so pushing it any harder than we are now is meaningless. Alright, well, not bad. At least we get the money, if not the points. A lot of these guys limping around the track at this point. I mean, in a way, that's what you got to do if you want to win races. You got to push the cars to the limits. The only problem is if you push them too hard, you won't make it across the line either at all or at a very good position. All right, well, let's take a look here. I don't foresee any demotions happening, but you never know. Nope, so we finished exactly where we were. Drive-through penalties. Oh, actually, there was a demotion. 2 places, but it didn't affect anything. It's kind of embarrassing to be close to the bottom and get demoted. But I guess if you're going to finish at the bottom, you might as well take a race. A risk, I mean. Now we're in 10th place, unfortunately, because we haven't got any more points beyond those first couple races that we managed to get some points in. And it's starting to get to the point where I'm thinking we're probably not going to get any more points, just because you're not going to have the parts unreliability and the rest of the field like you do in the early on in the season. All right, so we're getting there with the relationship with Lottinen's mechanic. We get the sponsorship money, which is good. We're actually doing pretty well on the income side of things. We're ranked 4th overall for sponsors, and considering that we're probably one of the lower payroll teams, that's pretty good. If only we could make our cars perform a little bit better. Well, in any case, I think we're going to go ahead and put a cut in the video here, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.